Good morning, my name's Tom with Home and RV. I'm going to be showing you your used Thunderbolt to you this morning, and it will be delivered later. So we'll start out here with the passenger side, where we have storage all the way through to the other side. You do have a battery disconnect located here and docking lights there. So come on around, your hydraulics are here for your landing gears, and also your deep cycle marine battery. So come around the front of the unit, your generator is here, and to start your generator from here, you just simply press the prime button and then start. You want to make sure that your breakers are on when you're using your generator, and that you really don't want to be plugged into shore power when you're doing that as well. There's service hours up here, 150 hours to replace the oil or the air filter, and also oil filter. Your oil goes in here, it drains here to underneath, and then your your filter is located here and also unscrews from the bottom. You want to run this with the cover on. You can't cool it by leaving the cover off. And then we come around to your LP tanks. Your LP tanks are located here, and this is your LP detector letting you know there's gas pointing to this tank. Once this tank runs dry, then you can switch it to the other side. The green will then indicate that there's gas in that tank. When this tank runs dry, that will turn red, and you'll know that you no longer have LP. The nice thing about this one is it does have meters to let you know how much LP is in the tank. Come on around. You do have a spare tank that you can keep filled here so that you do not run out of propane. We come around to your service area. Your service area has freshwater fill. This is to fill on your onboard tank if you're not hooked up to city water. If you're hooked up to city water, it's a good idea to have a pressure regulator for this to keep it at 55 pounds. You have a black tank flush. Once you've dumped your black tank, which the black tank pull is here and the gray is there, you want to make sure that first of all you're in a dump, and there's the dump location. You'll hook your dump hose up to that with the bayonet connection, put it in the dump, and then you can pull the black first, and that will discharge your toilet, and then the gray would be your shower, your sinks. You can then, once you go in and you see on the meter that there's still something in the black tank, it means there's some solids or paper caught on the sensors. You simply hook a hose up to this, make sure you're in a dump, make sure that the black is all the way open, and then you can start that hose and that will flush out your black tank. You also have a shower hook up here, and there's a spray hose that comes with the unit and a light to work by. We come on around to your water heater. Your water heater is gas or electric. The electric button is located in the lower left-hand corner, and the electric element is also down here. You want to make sure that there's water in the tank before you light it off, so you won't run the tank. The gas lights off with a button inside, and that element is right here. Next to that, you'll find your 50 amp service, and this cable is all yours all the way back to where it's plugged in now. We're probably plugged into a 30 amp service, and we have a 50 to 30 amp adapter that is also yours. Your furnace exhaust is here. It's a good idea to get a screen for this to keep mud daubers and little varmints out. It'll just keep you from having an expensive repair bill. You have 2 tanks. One is for the generator, and the other one is for your pump for your toys, located there. And so they will be separate, and you won't have to use one tank for both purposes. You also have your pump here where you just turn it on, and then you'll be able to fuel up your toys as you need to. Make sure that they're grounded as you're filling them up, so that you don't spark off and cause a fire. So come on around. Your rear door is here. It has it's keyed on both sides, and to open it, you simply pull it up and turn the latch so that you can pull it down. And it's spring assisted, so one person can do it. It's a lot better if two do it. So come on around. You have the rear entrance into your toy hauler, and it's locked, so we'll open it from the inside. You also have an awning back here. Your awnings are shade control only, so do not use them out in the bad weather. If the weather is stormy or windy, bring them in. At night, bring them in, because you never know when a storm is going to crop up. And if you're not around the unit, it's also a good idea to bring them in and make sure that you're keeping them in good shape. That pretty well takes care of the outside. You do have outside speakers. Those speakers are water resistant, not waterproof, so do not spray directly into those, and you'll keep those in good shape. They'll take you washing it down and occasional rain, but not a direct hit from a sprayer. First thing you want to do when you come in is go to your service panel. Your service panel here, by pushing a button, you can tell that the battery is fully charged. The fresh tank has some in it. We put some water in so we can test some things. Your black and your grays are empty, and you can start and stop your generator in here. You'll just push the stop button until the light comes on, press the start button, and it starts again just as it did outside. Living room lights, and then you have your fuel pump off and on here. You do not want to leave it on. This is another switch as well as the one outside. You have floodlights outside, step lights. They're all marked. You have tank heaters, and water heater for your gas is here, and then your pump is for your onboard tank. It's a demand pump, so if you're not hooked up to city water, you can use this pump for your fresh water. And if you are hooked up to city water, make sure you turn it off. You know, vent fans, lights outside, and slide room here, and also slide room button here with your awning button there. So come over to your thermostat. Your thermostat is just a touch. You'll scroll through. You can have either automatic, high, or low fan. Automatic will automatically turn the AC off and on when you set the temperature you like. And then if you scroll down to furnace, it will also automatically turn off and on when the furnace gets to the temperature you prefer. So one more push and the button is off. While we're here, we'll just go on up to the bathroom. Nice sized bathroom and walk-in shower. Your toilet flushes and fills with the foot pedal. Simply press slightly and it will fill the bowl all the way down. We'll flush it. This is also where you're going to put your black tank chemicals. You want to start out camping with black tank chemicals to keep the solids and the paper solidified so that they discharge easily. Your shower has a 3-panel door, and you want to make sure that that is latched before you start to tow. And there's the latch for that. Nice sink. There's GFI here, and nice cabinet, and towel and accessory cupboard there. As we back out of that, we're going up to your bedroom, and there's a light switch for the hall light. Nice size bed with light switch here, and your thermostat for your AC up here. I mentioned that you have a 50 amp service. You can run both ACs on 50 amps. However, if you are plugged into 30 amps only, you can only run one AC at a time. So do not try to run both on 30 amps. Nice walk-in closet. And your unit has a hookup for a TV here. This is your onboard antenna for your TVs. So you'll crank it up. They'll be able to pull this down and turn it to get better reception. Make sure you put it down by putting the arrows back together here before you bring it down. And make sure you bring it down before you travel. As we come back into the cabin, you have a nice living room set up with your TV, your radio and DVD, and then your breaker panel. Your breakers are all marked as what they go to, as well as your 12 volts past your converter. Nice fireplace and seating area. Your refrigerator is gas or electric, and we're plugged into electric, so it's automatically going to choose electric. We've had it on overnight. The freezer is cold, and the refrigerator as well. Nice big refrigerator. You can override this, and by turning it off, letting the gas button out, you can push it in, and if this check light comes back on, it did not find gas. If it stays off, it is now running on gas. Then you can push the gas button back in, it will go back to automatic and automatically be to electric, which is what you want to use when you're at camp, especially if you have electric. Nice size microwave. Your cooktop lights off with a sparker. You turn it to whichever burner you wish, hit the sparker, and they light off. You can light your oven by turning it to pilot, pushing it in. Sparker, however, does not light that. You'll need a stick lighter about 2/3 back in the middle will light the pilot. Nice sink. I like the marble. You have paperwork here that the previous owner left for you, which is rare, but it's good to have. You also have, I forgot to mention, all of your remotes for your TV, your DVD, and your fireplace, I believe. We come on back to the toy hauler. A nice size toy hauler. You have two ladders. One ladder here for the bed above, and another ladder there for this bed up above the toy hauler ceiling. To bring the couch down, you have a button here. Just push it and it will bring the couch all the way down to where you can flip the backs over and be able to use them as couches. I'm not going to bring it all the way down because we have a ladder hanging on the wall. If you want to bring the upper bunk down, it's a drone, so it does not move with the motor, it moves with the lower bunk. So you'll pull out those pins, there's one on each corner. You'll take before you do that, you'll take the bunk up all the way, then pull the pins on all four corners, then reverse, bring it down, and that will bring the upper bunk down, and it will stop at these points. So then you'll have an upper bunk, and you can use the couches for a lower bunk, or you can leave it all up to travel so that you can bring your toys in off the ramp. You do have a bathroom back here. Operates the same way as the other, and you'll want to put black tank chemicals in there as well. You have a TV and radio back here, as well as washer and dryer hookup. That pretty well takes care of the walkthrough for your unit. Looks like you've purchased a pretty nice unit, and we know that you're going to have many good camping trips in it. So again, we thank you from Home and Motors, and good camping.